This thing is pretty amazing. It's a phone, it's a computer calculator, it's storage, it's a camera, it's dozens of different individual devices all packaged into one convenient portable device. And thinking about that functionality, imagine trying to connect the features of a modern smartphone to a rotary phone system from like the 1960s. I mean, sure, both of them are phones, but that's only in the most broad definition. They speak completely different languages. One relies on dial tones and physical lines, and the other uses digital signals and the cloud. And that's kind of the point of this video. It's what we're coming to and needing to deal with when it comes to legacy banking core systems coded in COBOL. Now, COBOL, if you're unfamiliar with it, is short for Common Business-Oriented Language. It's been the backbone of the financial industry for decades. It was created in the 1950s to handle the heavy lifting of financial transactions, and it's still running much of the world's banking infrastructure today. In fact, about 80% of in-person transactions at ATMs are processed by systems built on COBOL. So what does that mean? Well, think of COBOL like it's an old, reliable car. It's sturdy, it's dependable, and it was built to last. But the problem is, it's not really designed to handle today's roadways, or in our case, the fast-paced, web-based modern world of banking. And just like how you wouldn't install Tesla Autopilot onto a car from the 1950s, these legacy banking systems weren't designed to natively integrate with today's technologies like cloud computing or mobile banking. In fact, the language was conceived of at a time when the whole realm of the internet didn't even exist as a concept. So it's a little behind the time. What does that mean when banks try to modernize? Well, they have to bolt on features like mobile apps, online banking, or even simple APIs for integration. But bolting modern tools onto a COBOL system is like duct taping a GPS onto that old car dashboard. It's functional, but it's definitely not ideal. And here's the other challenge. The developers who really understand COBOL, the mechanics of that old car, they're getting harder and harder to find. The number of coders who can maintain and update these systems is shrinking quickly. And it's not exactly a skill younger developers are eager to pick up, right? There's literally job postings out there right now for COBOL developers that remain unfilled because there just aren't enough experts left. Like having a fleet of classic cars, but no one around who actually knows how to fix them. So what does that mean for banks? Well, they face some pretty significant challenges. First, they're running systems that weren't designed to communicate natively with modern technology. Second, they're struggling to find the experts needed to keep those systems running smoothly. And third, well, just like that old car, at some point the risk of breakdown increases. So imagine your banking infrastructure breaking down. Not great when millions of people rely on it daily. That's why some banks and credit unions are starting to look at modernization, either by slowly transitioning away from COBOL or building much better bridges between the old and the new. But it's a long and costly process. Think of it like building a new bridge over an old river. You can't just shut down the old bridge while you build the new one. Traffic, money, it still has to flow, and any delay could mean major disruption. So the next time you swipe your card or tap your phone to pay for something, remember that behind the scenes, an old reliable car, COBOL, is probably still doing a lot of the heavy lifting. The challenge is keeping that old system running smoothly in a world designed for Teslas. And just like we have to bridge the gap between old communication methods and the new, Banks are doing the same with their COBOL system. The future of banking may look sleek and modern, but under the hood, it's got that vintage engine purring away.